Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway for the two biggest races in each of these series so far.
The Wawa 200.
The Wawa 250, yes, thank you, J-Dub, is the race we are currently running for Xfinity, and the Coke 0400 will be soon after. And the reason these are the most important races for both series is because this decides the fate of every single driver currently in contention for the playoffs. So quickly, let's go over some
I have to
drivers.
open up. I have to open up something real quickly.
Okay. So let's go look up. Let's go look to see our drivers of the day to look at. And currently, our first two we're going to mention are both on the front row. Jeremy Clements, he's in the lead for points with a tight battle for Matt Benedetto for regular season champion, and Austin Cindric also looking for it. Looking for a win this year to grab another, win or grab a win because he hasn't won this year, so he's not locked in. Austin Hill as well during a practice session with a few other drivers. He was in front, and they were also pretty good drivers, and he had the fastest lap in practice, just something messed up during qualifying. Another driver to look out for is Matt Benedetto. As we mentioned, he's in a playoff fight for the regular season championship with Jeremy Clements. Now we have a few more. Trying to find him. It'll take a minute because I don't have them written down. Oh, here's one. Cody Ware. He has been honestly, I'm scared to say it, but he has been dominant. He's been shown consistency enough to slowly creep up, and now he is actually in points contention for the playoffs. I think he just needs a second place with like everyone else in perfect position or just a win. And the final driver is Mason Massey in the 99, three rows back. So unfortunately, he and Johnny Sauter failed inspection, which is not a good way to start their race, as this is a 10-lap race. And I am joined right now for two
Hi.
commentators. One is J Dub and
Hello.
Grayson, or Levi. As let's go over our starting lineup, even though you probably already saw it from this long
It took you a
introduction.
minute to get my name right too. You were just like, and then I'm like, hi, and you're like, oh, it's J-Doll with me.
And all right, let's just get into the starting lineup, and we can make fun of each other during the race. All right. In row one is Jeremy Clements and Austin Cindric. In row two is Noah Gragson and Austin
Clements sucks.
Hill. Row three is Matt Benedetto and Riley Herbst. Row four is Danny Bone and Justin Allgaier, and row five is the 02.
Boner.
Stop. I'm trying to talk. Is the 02 of JJ Yaley and the 19 of Brandon Jones. Please be mature during the race, or else I am going to kick you from VC, maybe even my Discord server. So please just keep your cool for 10 minutes. Or however long this is going to take. It's probably going to take longer. Alright. As we're going to have two pit cycles, most likely. Pits will be 4 and 5. Those are the two laps they'll be open. So, likely we'll see two pit strategies.
Lap 4 and lap 5 is when they open.
But they could pit sometime else. They could all pit on 5, they could all pit on 4, or it could be mixed. We don't know.
Right. Why are the pits opened on 4 and 5?
Because this race is pretty important, so strategy really matters tonight. So this gives those teams a chance to strategize, make the perfect plan.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing at Daytona,
You're
boys.
right. As a bit
Woo!
of lag to start the race, don't worry. No lineup mess ups as Austin
Where's my
Cindric
personal
a
driver
bit
at,
of a
my
pull
guy?
away.
Where's my personal one? Where's my part-time
You
driver?
The
are
22 Eccentric gets the lead,
you are not
but
running this
look at
year.
the Jeremy Clements coming up through. Look at that 16 of Austin Hill up in second, though. And Matt Benedetto pushing that bottom line, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's enough. That top line is probably the
Yeah.
dominant line this
Yeah.
race, as we see the
Can I
22
speak?
leading.
J-Dub, I honestly wonder why was Matt Benedetto trying to help Jeremy Clements? He's currently fighting for him for extra points in the playoffs, and he's helping
He
Jeremy
just wanted a
Clements.
run. He
That
wanted a
is true,
run,
because
and
he
you
is actually
see
getting around.
he's taking it right now as the 16 of Austin Hill is looking to take the lead
Sorry.
down the backstretch.
Coming to
Here
lap
comes
2.
as the 22 going to hold the lead, blocking the 51, and you see Matt Benedetto still going to hang high there over Jeremy Clements in that 51, in that 15 or 51 car. Since it's upside down or sideways, I cannot tell.
The 48 of Danny Bone, the 48, has not won in any series since 2023 when, at the start, when Alex Bowman won the Clash, so it would be nice to see. Though it's a different team, it would still be nice to see it win. As here they come down the back straightaway. Jeremy Clements, like
Here,
we said,
Jeremy
he is now
Clements,
taking the lead.
Matt Benedetto going to try and get around that 22. Is the 22 being fairly aggressive
Ugh.
here? Just trying to block that 18 of Matt Benedetto just to hold that lead. As Jeremy Clements going to try and run away with this one.
You can see the 5 of Matt Mills has actually, I think, just entered that the possibility to make it into the top 10. He's just gained that possibility as it is now lap 3 with Jeremy
Jeremy
Clements.
Clements going to widen his lead here. For Matt Benedetto, that's not a good thing.
As a flyby,
Here's
you
the
can
fence
see
view.
Johnny Sauter, I think he was having a chance. So was Mason Massey, but they're just, I don't know if they just gave up. You can see Cody Ware. He's definitely not giving up. He's made up a few positions. He was almost in last, and so yeah.
Jeremy Clements going to try and extend his lead here as he's over Matt Benedetto, who's quickly fading on that top line.
Yeah,
I think he suffered a little bit of damage from the aggressive blocking that the 22 was having on him.
Yeah, you could see the 51. He was following exactly where the 22 was going down the back straightaway. As the 48, you did you just see that he kind of moved the 22 up track
Danny
coming on the
Boner.
trioval. Pits are officially open. The
Danny
strategies,
Boner trying to take the lead.
these strategies are important, Jada. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think it's going to be a mix of front and back or just the
I
front,
really
just the back?
think the leaders are gonna wait till lap 5, because
Yeah.
in our test session here, when we had all the cars out on track for the test session, we saw the front runners waited till lap 5, and now the back guys they got a lot of positions, but the leader who went down as the leader stayed the leader.
As actually,
And let's see if
and on the
Matt Benedetto
radio,
will
we
stay out.
hear Josh Williams, Alex LeBay, and it's just coming in. A lot of guys decide they're going to come down. It's most of the field, actually.
Oh,
Most of the field. How many cars stayed out on that?
Did
Only
Matt Benedetto come down pit road?
Six
He did
cars.
not. I
He
thought he
didn't.
would. That was
Let me say something. 6 cars. These are some of the most important racers, too. The most dominant racers. 4 of which
well, if
we
they have
talked
quick
about.
pit stops, if we have quick pit stops, they can probably make it before that other group of cars catches up
Yeah.
to them. We saw this happen in the practice race. Only a few cars stayed out, and yet they still managed to stay in the top position. Now, we saw a lot of more cars come down that first time.
All right. Well,
So
this is the chance. This is the strategic moment we were talking about. 6
we
Let's see
also
if
cars.
they have a
saw
Larson pit
we
stop.
also saw a wreck though in the practice session as the drivers were trying to get down pit road, they couldn't make it. So they did wreck there.
All right, those
But
6
Let's see what
drivers coming
happens
down.
here.
All right, let's go catch up with that pack.
They're coming up quickly.
That is currently Brandon Jones in the lead of this pack.
Brandon Jones is going to be your leader.
If he can pass those guys, though,
He's
it's going to be
going
close.
to. They're going to
He
because
may,
they
he
have
may
to get
not.
up to regular speed.
He may.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
He
Let's
may
go.
or may not. He
Oh,
may or may
oh.
not. He may or may not. He will not. He
Cindric is the
will
only
not.
car
He
who
will
maintains his
not.
position. Every other car who came down pit, that was a mistake for those 6 cars. You can see there's the Benedetto, there's Martin, there's Hill,
LeBay.
there's Bone.
LeBay's right there.
Clements is the only one who can really recover. So can Danny Bone. It's lap 6 now. I am excited to see what these guys can
If there's
do.
a wreck, maybe Matt Benedetto can pass will pass Clementine, and that
I
is
really
a maybe.
don't think Di Benedetto has a chance though. You see Austin Hill there in that 16, he also pitted, and he's also near the top 10, top 5 there. He has a chance to take the lead also. Now, like the 18, like you guys were saying, the 18 of Matt Di Benedetto, Danny Bone, those guys, now Danny Bone's toward the front, obviously, but like Matt Di Benedetto, I don't think he has a chance. Even with a restart, I don't think so.
I just noticed.
What?
Certain drivers who came down pit lane, certain drivers advanced their position in the first pit group because they only took less fuel, less tires, which means some of these guys have a lot of work to do to maintain those tires and that fuel, or else they might have to come down
Brandon
again.
Jones almost trying the 19 of Brandon Jones and the 9 of Grayson. They're gonna try to come up and take that lead on fresher tires, and they got more fuel.
Actually, Cindric has slightly fresher, 1 lap fresher, as they're coming to lap 8, 3 to go, as Johnny Sauter is out.
Fuel.
Johnny Sauter says he needs to come back down with Haley Deegan. Haley Deegan had a problem. I think those two got into an issue and they need to repair some damage, which is really unfortunate ending for those two. I had high hopes for them. That puts Mason Massey.
The 18, I don't think the 18 will make it. Matt Benedetto will not make it, but it'll take a miracle for him to make it.
Well,
maybe a magical teleport from the gods. He might make it.
This is the problem.
I really didn't.
This now puts Matt Benedetto out of the playoffs because his current points position, look, he's down there with people like Samuel Hammond and Alex LeBay, who sucked all season with their points. So clearly those two, clearly that just shows, as you can see, Danny Bone and Clements, they're working together. They know how vital this is.
Okay, but now we were talking about the 19's trying to take that lead, and who is that stuck in the pit lane?
It's Matt Snyder. He's out of the race. Let's just hope nobody else has to come down pit lane, because I'm not gonna have to call a caution for this. Oh, Brandon Jones. Oh,
takes the lead.
It's 2 to go.
I figured this would be coming. I also kind of didn't have high hopes for Deegan or the 20 car of Johnny Sauter. They were all right in the truck series, but I think they probably should have stayed in the truck series. The trucks were, I think, a little bit better for them. They ran a little better in the trucks. They both made part-time starts. But
I think they should have just stayed part-time
good.
starts. They should have went part-time starts in Xfinity.
Yeah.
Because their strategy in this was terrible, and plus they weren't the cleanest drivers, as you can see. I think they just ran into the back of each other because one was brake checking the other one.
Yeah.
Or they were mad at each other.
Well, it's white flag at Daytona for the Xfinity race. Will Brandon Jones keep it? This is what we saw in the 500 with Cup this year. Allmendinger, or whoever it was who got second, was just running up front all race in the lead. And then Cole Custer, out of nowhere, 2 to go, passes and takes the lead and the win. And with white flag, Danny Bone, unless he gets...
Here comes Danny Bone.
Danny Bone, ooh. I mean, Danny Bone, points wise, he cannot get in, but if he wins here, he could in theory get in, but ooh, he's actually getting close to that wall. Is he gonna use the wall or something? I doubt it will help anyways though, because Brandon Jones off turn 4, the lead at Daytona. For the first time in the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series, Brandon Jones is your winner, as Johnny Sauter and Haley Deegan are going to come across the line later. They're way down in turn 4, as Brandon Jones has officially locked himself into the playoffs. Now, Matt Benedetto, I think, is actually eliminated from the playoffs because of this. In theory, he might have been in the top 12, but then he lost his. But because of the winners who are outside of the top 12. Danny Bone with an amazing second place. How was that, Levi? Levi?
If I think Danny Bone hit the bottom lane, we probably would have had a closer
Yeah.
finish. But he decided to stick with the
Alright, now
wall.
they're going down pit lane.
I gotta go. I gotta get off.
Alright, that's fine. We will maybe see you again. Oh, never mind. Maybe we'll see him again for another race later this season or next season. It depends on how quickly I get it done. Well, I will see you all in the biggest race ever for Cup, except the 500 and the championship race, the Coke 0400. Let's get to it. As we are back for Cup Series, J-Dub is still with us. Levi had to go, so let's get into our starting lineup before we talk about our drivers to look out for this time. In row 1 is going to be Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell. In row 2 is going to be Tyler Reddick and Kyle Busch. Row 3 is going to be William Byron and Quinn Houff. Row 4 is going to be John Hunter Nemechek and Chase Elliott. And rounding out your top 10 is Cole Custer and Kyle Larson. Now let's get into the drivers to look out for. The first driver we're going to mention is Briscoe. Amazing performance. No wins in his career. Maybe tonight will be the night. He is our first driver you should definitely keep an eye on, with him on pole. Driver 2 is Reddick, winner in the Xfinity Series. He is on the bridge of the playoffs. He is definitely a driver to look out for because he needs good points. And with this third place starting position, that's definitely good.
Now, he may not be starting out front, but anything can happen. I think Harrison Burton or Christian Eckes has a chance. Even Riley Herbst. I think they have a good chance to win, even though they're starting mid-pack, at the back or something. Now, we talked about this in the Xfinity Series race. I don't think Haley Deegan should have been in this 0-0.
It was only Starcom because they had no driver. I think it was a last-minute decision. So,
okay.
And Eckes and stuff. Unfortunately, they against the 16 of Barry and the 52 of
Reagan.
They did not qualify for the race. Burton was the only one who really had a chance at it. Those two were a part-time car, so As the next driver to look for is definitely Quinn Houff. He is, I think, I think he's in the playoffs again now, but still, he did drop for one race, and that thing could happen again. So he definitely should be.
Well, he's driving the Hendrick engine, and Hendrick's the best car there is.
Well, yeah. Well, Stuart Haas, yeah. It's and the 15 car for Starcom Racing, who is the 15 car, which has definitely a better driver, just won last
John
week,
Hunter.
is definitely a car to look out for, and it is sponsored by, or not sponsored, it is definitely powered by a good team. That's why it's always running up front recently, because, Starcom, I think, signed a few race deal with Hendrick, so that actually might help. As there are a few more. The next driver to look out for is actually, not Cindric. I meant to say Brandon Jones. His win earlier at Daytona in the Xfinity Series. Maybe he could do it again.
Well, and also on that topic, right next to him, the 19 car of Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs has a good shot.
Oh,
Ty Gibbs
yeah.
is a really good driver, and starting out front in a Joe Gibbs car, I think he has a good chance because Joe Gibbs, Hendrick, Stewart Haas, they're the best teams
Yeah.
in the league.
Now,
As now
three more.
we're
I know, but it's a lot because Cup has a lot of good drivers and underdogs.
yeah.
One of them is Harrison Burton in the 21. Noah Gragson, I mean. Noah Gragson. Harrison Burton is in the
We
36.
talked about Burton in the 36 already.
Yeah, I meant Noah Gragson. I kind of got mixed up with real life. Noah Gragson has a really good chance. He actually, because of his performance in the Xfinity race, I wouldn't be surprised just because it's not, this race, the car, they couldn't replace the engine with the Penske one. I don't know what happened. So yeah, that car is not in its best state, but it's still a good driver.
Well, and right behind you, I think the 43 and the 99, they're both going to end up being good cars. The 99 seems to be always a good car, and the 43, I think, has a chance with Eric Jones behind the wheel.
Yeah. Now, Suarez is more of an honorable mention. Our driver is BJ McLeod. Now, that might be confusing, but just look it through our season how his points have gone. So, and he is a good car on this track. We've seen him. I think his highest finish is it was a top 10 back in, I think it was either 2023 or 2022. So he definitely has a good car here to at least boost him through with the points. Are you ready to go green?
Yes, sir. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing.
It's 15 laps as the back part of the pack. Jeez, that is not good for them. As I need to mention, pits are on lap 7 and 8 for a 15-lap race. 7 and 8.
Well, and glad you mentioned that because we saw pit strategy that almost won the race.
Actually, pit strategy did win the race. Brandon Jones, he was one of the drivers who went down with that first pack, and lo and behold, he was in victory lane only a few laps later.
Basically the entire back end of the field went
except 6 cars.
Went like that. Yeah, and the leader who came down first ended up being the winner.
Yeah. Coming around to lap 2, you can see Joey Logano, Cindric, and Allmendinger. They all were in that back part of the pack. They have fast cars, though, so they've already caught up to the front pack with teamwork.
Briscoe is leading, and he's starting to take off a little bit from the 8 car of Tyler Reddick. But you see that 18 of Kyle Busch, one guy who we didn't mention in that pre-race show, he's not that good on plate tracks. But he's starting toward the front, so I think he has a better chance. As you see the 24 of Quinn Health.
Oh wait. Why does it say it's Quinn Health? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I updated it, didn't I? I must have updated it early because it's actually the 41 Quinn Health and the 24 of Byron.
The 41 has Matt Benedetto in it.
Yeah, I think I messed that up. I think I updated it early as it's lap 3. So I'll quickly update that. You can commentate for a second. Here's the zoomed out so I don't.
Okay, Briscoe's leading with Kyle Busch right next to him, and you see the 24 right behind him. Here comes the 19 of Ty Gibbs and the 8 car of Tyler Reddick. You see the 5 car of Kyle Larson, as now down the backstretch, the 24 and the 18 were working together. You see the one of Brandon Jones also working together, and now the 18 has cut down Briscoe's lead as the 24 is looking to get it.
Yeah. We have seen many winners here. We've seen Byron, one of them. We have seen that was in 2020, 2021. We saw Blaney, who's not too far back.
Well,
In
Kyle
2022,
Busch
we saw
has won this race before also.
Yeah, and coming to lap 5, I believe.
Well, and pits open this lap, right?
Next lap, it's no, 2 laps, 7 and 8.
Okay. Well, already we're hearing radio from the 18, 14, 24, 8, the 5 and the 1 saying when the pits open you got to come down. So it looks
that's
like
interesting. That
the
might be
leaders are
yeah.
pitting.
But that plan might change. We never know. But I doubt it. We've heard multiple laps early, and the plan sticks. So it really depends what drivers find it necessary. So that's gonna get interesting.
Briscoe still has that lead, but it keeps getting shorter and shorter from Byron.
As it's lap 6.
Byron and Briscoe have taken off. They've taken off from that pack, but the 18, if he can get in line with them and he gets a run, I think he could get that lead.
Yeah. As like I was saying, currently the winners we've seen are Kevin Harvick, unfortunately retired. Dylan in 2023. Harvick was 2022, and this year now,
we've been trying to contact you.
We don't. Oh, that's Carrie. That is our other commentator who has now officially being able to join us. Hello, Carrie.
Hello.
All right. Oh, this is exactly what I saw in the first. This is what I saw in Duel 1 at 2020.
They're right there.
Byron, he used the wall in that race, and now he uses it to get to the outside. Will the run work on the turn, though?
The 14
Yo,
leads
I'm probably gonna
lap.
have to leave.
The 14 is very close in the lead, but it might change. As you can see Reddick, he's up in 4th as it's lap 7, so
you
pits
see
are
the
officially
19 of
open.
Ty Gibbs.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
I didn't even notice. Brandon Jones, he was one of our drivers, and look at him coming. He's up in 6th now.
I talked about that a little bit ago.
Yeah. All right,
and
but
we
here
hear
they come.
Confirmation from the leaders. The 14, 24, 18,
Everyone
the 1,
from
20.
The 17 is the farthest down driver announcing that says they might come down soon. It just depends. Who will it be coming down? The whole field except 4 cars. 5 cars. Oh my god.
The 96
43, 51,
of
78,
Ty
and 30.
Dillon.
The 96 of Ty Dillon, his win wouldn't count, so he would be snatching a win from someone who deserves it. Ryan Preece looking for his 2nd career win. His first win was back at Daytona Road Course in 2022.
Well, and
As
then
let's go see the leader
McLeod
off pit lane.
and Daniel Hemrick also were the ones that did not pit.
Briscoe, leader off pit lane. Where did Byron go? He lost a position to Kyle. As I gotta go catch them so they pit. Oh no, 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 no. I can't just run across the infield, by the way, because that'll take too long. Come on, come on.
You're not going to get there. They're going to have to take an extra lap around.
No, no, no. Ha! I got there just in time. As, yeah, those 5 guys are going to go down. It's lap number 6. This is where it turns up. Preece. He is in the lead.
Well,
Cindric was
they're
in the
looking to get lapped.
No, they're on the lead lap. They took the lead, remember? Because they didn't pit. They didn't pit.
Well, yeah,
So
they're looking,
oh,
and here they
they're
come.
just gonna get last now. So that was a bad choice for all
Well,
of
that's
them.
where they were when they pit anyway. They're the
Yeah,
grid when they
exactly.
pit's exactly how it was
So I
when
don't
they
get why
pit.
they didn't just come down with the rest of the field.
They could have gained a few spots.
Yeah, Hemrick
I
actually
don't know if you
did.
saw, the most popular driver awards have been announced. Chase Elliott,
Yeah, that
Justin
was real.
Allgaier,
That was real life. So
Haley Deegan. Those are the ones who got most popular driver.
it's lap 9. Briscoe is in your lead with a huge gap on Kyle. I wouldn't be surprised if Briscoe has just run away with it.
Well, and the most popular driver awards, Haley Deegan in that in the 02 or the 000 there. You know, she's done all right. She's been a popular driver since she
Oh,
ran
speaking
trucks.
of Haley Deegan, she was near the back. She's creeping through the field.
And
She's starting to get up to
Allgaier
Chase Elliott.
in the Xfinity series, you know, Allgaier's been pretty good. So is Deegan in that one car. And in the Cup series, also, Chase Elliott has also been a great driver. So those guys getting most popular driver, okay, they all are in Xfinity. And
Briscoe. Who do you think's gonna win right now? Currently, Briscoe in the
I
lead.
think Briscoe's gonna get it unless he manages.
Here's my
It's between
question, though.
Briscoe and Kyle Busch.
Here's my question, though, J-Dub. Because this race, they pit roughly 2 laps later than Xfinity, but this race is 5 laps longer. And some guys were worried they wouldn't make it. So would that set us up for another pit cycle?
Well, possibly, but unless like lights come on inside the car where they got to pit, I don't think they need to. And the spotter, the crew chief on Briscoe's car over the radio just said, "We might have to pit. Just keep an eye on your lights."
Yeah. I would
And
think
that
they would have to
means,
come down lap 13. And
well,
no
probably not, because that would be two to go.
Yeah, exactly, but that's happened a lot. And coming to lap number 11, I didn't announce a few of them, so it is 11. I was keeping track. Like I was saying, um, tonight there was no competition caution because that would just make the pit cycle thing completely useless because the restarts at Daytona are chaotic. And clearly
Well,
that might be working in Briscoe's favor. Like,
well, in my sim series, I do Xfinity, okay? We had to do 2 restarts because of the fact there was a wreck off the restart. Now this is Xfinity, but still it's Daytona. It was the same way for the road course. I couldn't make it, past the start finish line without a wreck happening mid pack.
yeah. Well, coming around to lap 12, nobody is reporting any issues for the next lap. So currently, any issues that are reported will be a pit.
Oh, Kyle Busch, the 18 just reported a problem.
Kyle Busch is.
He's with the dirty air from the 8. He's saying something's wrong with the car. It's not sounding correct.
But that's the thing. With only however many, it's lap 12, right? With only 4 to go, so long as he can maintain his position, which doesn't seem to be happening. Byron definitely closing on him. Reddick past him. I don't think, and you can see Kyle, he's just falling off. I think he'll probably have to peel down the track at some point, which I'm going to have to find a way to do. Because, I can't risk
Put him
half the.
down on the apron.
Yeah, but what if I accidentally kick someone else? That's what I'm worried about.
Don't try. Well, I'd
It's
say,
lap 13 now. My idea? kick him ahead of Briscoe and then just have him pit. We'll say Briscoe is
Kyle Busch
he's not
is
ahead. He's still with Byron, but you can see Briscoe.
he's
He's gonna
having
win.
problems.
Briscoe's gonna win, right?
Maybe, maybe not,
It's
but
lap 13, so even with a pit, unless he has enough damage. Oh, he just got loose. Whoa. I've never seen that. He did. That's weird. The way he got loose, that concerned me. I almost thought he was about to go around. As Kyle Busch, unfortunate way to end this year. He didn't even get close to the playoffs.
he's not making the playoffs.
He's below the. He's below Timmy Hill in points. That's an issue. He is 35th, I believe.
But didn't Timmy Hill win?
Yeah, he's locked in anyways, but still, even with that, because Timmy Hill is 31st actual points with, as it's 2 to go. Not much action this race except the fact
2 to
Briscoe
go.
has pulled away.
Nobody reporting problems yet.
Here's my question though. Will Briscoe, because Briscoe has less speed because of the draft, but it's not much because no one can use his draft. So maybe his tires and fuel will wear out a little more. Specifically his tires, and he just went to the high line, which Reddick is Reddick at Phoenix or at Vegas 2 weeks ago. He tried this on Ty Gibbs. The Ty Gibbs went to the high side, he stayed low and tried to take the win. But I don't think it's gonna be enough coming to the white flag. So Briscoe gonna win, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Most just unfortunate series of events. You can see Kyle Busch not even on the last lap yet. He's not a lap down, but still, as I just noticed, look at that 16 of Josh Berry.
Well, he's made it somewhat through the field, but he's not gonna win it.
Yeah, just an interesting as hold on. Look at how much Reddick has closed that gap. It was a lot bigger.
Well, it was.
If Briscoe keeps but Byron is running the very inside. I don't think it'll be enough though to stop him, as a lot of the guys we were talking about, they finished up front. So, a lot of the guys to watch, they were the ones to watch, and they were the ones to make your bets on. As through the
And
trioval,
Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe, for the first time in his NASCAR Cup Series career, is going to win at Daytona.
He's going to the playoffs.
BJ McLeod is out, unfortunately. With his position, him and Priest, I was looking for him in the playoffs, and then they just sucked at Daytona. That's why this is an important race, too. As let's see other guys who might be out because of this. Stenhouse. Dylan actually is at risk. He might lose. Eric Jones, too. A lot of guys. So, that is unfortunate. And the 52 was Harrison Burton for the duels. But when David Reagan won his duel, when it was still counting for the playoffs, I changed that mid-season. That's why he changed, so he could actually lock in and not have to just, be a waste of space. But then I decided the duels don't even count. So I feel bad for Burton. As we will see you all at the points and the next race to start, which it's going to be just Cup for the next 3 races. See you then.